Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Fearless Thinking, a podcast designed to help you navigate authentic leadership and the entrepreneurial journey. I'm your host, Michael Devous, and these are my thoughts, lessons, and insights from my entrepreneurial journey into coaching, workshops, motivational speaking, and of course, what I picked up from interviews with inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs along the way. My mission is to help people unlock their untapped potential by using fear as a catalyst for powerful change and growth, so they can step into the greatest version of their most authentic selves. All right, let's get into some fearless thinking. Hey, Fearless Thinkers. Welcome back to Fearless Thinking, episode 18, Beyond the Hustle. Finding balance for sustainable success. I'm your host, Michael Devous, and I thank you for joining me as we wind down this week. And yeah, we do a little bit of fearless thinking. Today, we're going to talk about work-life balance in today's fast-paced world. You know, it's easy just to get caught up in the hustle, right? The hustle mentality and the neglect of our well-being. But you know, there's a secret to balance in life, which is healthy, which is having a healthy work-life balance. It's essential for sustainable success. You know, oh, this is something I need to hear. This is something I need to do. I used to have a practice where I did my yoga almost every day, and now I've gotten so compassionate and so driven about launching this new business community platform, the Ascend Hub, as well as all of my other businesses, which I do, you know, the Fearless Thinking podcast, as well as motivational speaking and the coaching and consulting. And my balance has gotten, well, off balance. And I need to hear this message. This is good for me. If you imagine a leader or an entrepreneur, you know, constantly working these long hours and neglecting their health and their personal life, not having a good balance, you know, they might actually achieve some short-term success, but eventually we will burn out. Burnout will set in, leading to decreased productivity, negative consequences for our health and our well-being. You know, I get up every morning about 5:30, and I write in my journal in my little corner desk in the window with the sun coming up in the east. And when I'm in that state and that flow, and I'm really things are going well, I just write and write and write and write and write, and it works really, really well. But then I notice there's a sort of like a diminished return thing. There's like all of a sudden the gas is empty in the tank, the water faucet, the flow of ideas and innovation and creativity just sort of like comes out at a trickle. And I think that's because I don't have balance. I think that's because I'm not honoring myself and my body and my mind in other ways that I need to do, right? And there's no one size fits all approach to achieving work-life balance. You know, what works for one person actually might not work for another. The key is to find strategies that help you manage your time efficiently, effectively, and to prioritize your well-being and avoid burnout. That could be yoga, that could be swimming, that could be forest bathing. Something I learned this past year, forest bathing, when you walk in the forest and it's like moonbathing or sunbathing. You bathe in the forest, you absorb the energy from the trees and you touch them and you breathe in the air. And apparently that's beautiful. And I think it sounds incredibly cool, you know. Um, Here's some tips. Set boundaries. Boundaries. These are not walls. These are not things to keep things out or whatever. They're boundaries. They're healthy, clear boundaries between your work and personal life, right? Allowing you to disconnect, if you will, from your work hours, by shifting, transitioning into your other routines, into your home life, right? Um, you need to resist the urge to check those emails constantly on your phone. Have a work phone that's separate from your home phone. Then you can just bring it home and set it off to the side, not worry about it once you get home. Like, you're done, right? You click that checkout, you know, what's that clock thing? Punch your card. You know, you're done for the day. And if you really want to make sure that you put the same amount of time and energy into your family that you do at work. Put that thing aside. Put that business phone down, right? Um, Prioritize your self-care, making time for activities that can nourish your mind, your body, and your soul, which could include exercise, of course, as we talked about, or spending time out in nature. Remember, talk about tree bath, forest bathing, or even pursuing other hobbies. Um, just what's it called? I think it's called zero focus. It's when you just stand, you just go outside and you stare off into the distance, not close up like your screens are here or a book is here. You look off and let your eyes unfocus, um, which really relaxes them and helps them from the strain and stress of all the time that you spend on digital products and digital devices. Um, 3 is delegate and empower. Don't try to do everything yourself. You shouldn't. This is why you have a team. This is why you built your team, right? Delegate those tasks and empower your team to take on some of the ownership of that work so that you can have that balance. Also, check in with them, make sure that they're getting good balance too, because if you're role modeling this for them, you need to make sure that they are taking advantage of that for themselves so that they have a good balance. 4 is schedule time for what matters. If it ain't on the calendar, it doesn't exist for me. If it's not on that calendar, I forget about it, right? Treat your personal life with the same priority that you treat your work life. Schedule that time for friends and families and activities. And by the way, this goes back to I want to say it's the second week of episodes when we talked about integrity. If you are always changing your schedule to remove personal things, to shift personal, balancing gorgeous, lovely stuff for yourself, to make space for more work, to make space for other things, then you are technically telling yourself you're not worth my time and effort, that my well-being isn't worth what all that work is worth. You know what I mean? You're changing your plans with yourself constantly, and that's chipping away at your personal integrity. So don't do that. Schedule time for what really matters for you and stick to it. And 5th, learn to say no. It's okay to say no to additional work requests, to people wanting to jump on that calendar and get some time with you. If you're already overloaded, the power of no can set you free. Really, protecting your time, it is essential for remaining in balance with life, with work, with everything, right? Um, Ariane Huffington is an advocate for this. She's got Thrive Global, that's her company, champions work-life balance and advocates, for leaders to prioritize their well-being by taking care of herself. She's actually able to be a more effective leader and entrepreneur. And this is the goose who laid the golden egg concept. If you don't take care of the goose, they can't lay that golden egg. If the goose is dying and overworked and burnt out, what kind of eggs do you think that goose is going to give you? Like little nuggets, little nuggets of gold, not big old eggs of gold, not big beautiful. You know, you're just gonna get little nuggets. You might not even get an egg. A stressed out chicken can't lay. Like that's what happens, right? So the goose who laid the golden egg, that's you. You're the one who's bringing the brilliance and building businesses for the world and helping other people and building teams. You can't keep doing that for other people if you don't take care of yourself, right? So remember, a healthy work-life balance, it's not a luxury anymore. It is a necessity. It's a smart entrepreneur, a smart innovator, a smart mentor, a smart leader who builds healthy balance into their structure, into their life, into their daily routine. By prioritizing your well-being, you will be better equipped to lead with focus, energy, and resilience. Your cup will not be empty. It may not runneth over, but it's better than an empty cup, right? And as Richard Branson says, if people are happy in their work, they will do better work. So help your team get happy and balanced. Do some things for them. Maybe bring in a massage therapist, maybe do some yoga or some meditative room with some, music or something. That might be helpful for them to get balanced, right? So thanks for staying in tune with me. Staying in tune? Are you in tune with me? I hope you are. Fearless Thinking returns tomorrow again with more tips and tricks and advice on our fearless road together as we look at some of the things that, integrity, agility, innovative, fearless thinking, all those things, authenticity, integrity. I say integrity. Probably repeated myself. Well, it's bound to happen. I say a lot of words. I say a lot of words all the time. Here are some more words. Go do some fearless thinking. Have a fantastic week. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.